Dikit. Good morning, fellow of Pelindo Tiga Director. On this occasion, I deliberately gathered all my colleagues in the framework of meeting with the teleconference system because we have not been able to meet face to face. Because to prevent the spread of the COVID-19 virus or social distancing. Put our fellow director on our agenda this morning, namely evaluating the performance of our company, precisely on the problem of company development in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic. We need to analyze with our company in terms of SWOT analysis, which we will discuss together. Will we start our discussion starting from my SWOT analysis precisely in the strength section, namely strength in the midst of the COVID-19 Pelindo Tiga pandemic record growth of vessel and container flow. Logistic flow through the port or terminal under the management of the Pelabuhan Indonesia Tiga Persero or Pelindo Tiga is still running smoothly according to the target. There is even a tendency to increase when compared to port performance. The growth occurred because of several relaxation and stimulus measures given by Pelindo Tiga to logistic players to be more enthusiastic to both export and domestic export activities. As a port operator, the operator 43 terminal or port Pelindo Tiga is container flow as of April 2020 increased by 1% by 1,020,000 food equivalent units days. When compared to the same period the previous year, until April 2020, Pelindo Tiga record an increase in performance, especially in the flow of ship and containers. He further elaborated that the flow of ship increased by 3%, namely 94 million GT, maintaining the positive performance of this port service thanks to the commitment of Pelindo Tiga with entrepreneurs in an effort to maintaining logistics. On the other hand, Pelindo Tiga also continues to maintain operational service by continuing to operate for 94 hours in 7 days as commitment to maintain the smooth logistics of Indonesia so that port service remain well served. Meanwhile, in an effort to combat the spread of COVID-19 in the port area, Pelindo Tiga, together with the Port Health Office, have implemented standard operating procedure according to a special protocol for ships going into the port area by checking the health of a crew member directly on board before entering of channel to the port. Until, until now, we and KKP have been working together in handling COVID-19 at the port in a taker manner, and everything can run smoothly if a crew or crew member is found to be indicated COVID-19, then the ship will be placed in the landing area and follow the health protocol handling COVID-19. In addition to the operational area, prevention efforts are also carried out in the Pelindodica office by examining body temperature, requiring every worker and guest to wear masks, applying physical distancing to providing hand sanitizer and multivitamin drink for all employees who are active. It also requires all operational employees to use masks in their activity to reduce the risk of the spread of COVID-19. With this effort, it is expected the strength of human resource in operating port or terminal can be maintained and port activity can continue to be carried out 24 or 7 non-stop so as not to disrupt logistical supplies, he considered. Next, Birgita Febriati, General Manager.
Weakness, market share. There is a decrease in revenue from the beer segment for its own benefit or special for the UKS or Pelsus, relate to the percentage of difference in perception with the regional government in the implementation of port management based on Law No. 2 of 2001 concerning regional autonomy. Human resource structure that is not balanced between age and position and level of education or expertise. Anticipation of economic recovery. Pelindo 3 ensures investment continues with the COVID-19 pandemic protocol. PT Pelabuhan Indonesia 3 or Pelindo 3 ensure that investment activities continue in the midst of the coronavirus pandemic. This certainly is marked by the ongoing operation of 4 large investment projects owned by Pelindodica. The project is intended to anticipate unemployment due to project cessation and is carried out with a very strict COVID-19 protocol. The company select careful and closely projects in Belindo 3 that must be stopped due to a pandemic, where project can continue to run to avoid widespread unemployment. Become careful and consider the factor of safety and economic recovery. The ongoing project is not merely pursuing target, but also profits project for operational work from losing jobs in difficult situation and keeping the economic moving on possible projects. For these reasons, we apply very strict protocols for work, especially regarding the COVID-19 pandemic protocol. Investment and ongoing projects include the improvement of port facilities, especially cruise ships. The move is an effort of Pelindodica in supporting the government program to boost the amount of cruisement by sea, especially by cruise ships when the COVID-19 pandemic ends. The Maritime Tourist Project in Bali. The Bali Maritime Tourist Hub or BMTH is targeted to provide integrated facilities and infrastructure at the Benoa port. Therapy future strengthening Bali tourism sector as whole. Currently, the design and license process is still ongoing. We are cooperating with a number of parties such as SOE as enveloped interim Logistic, Energy, Kemenparekraf, BKPM, and Ministry of Agriculture and Spatial Planning and the private sector to work together to form communities and build in Bali Maritime Tourism Hub. They explain within the 108 hectare area of BMTH, the existing spatial plan will be upgraded at the port by spreading the port location as needed and dividing them into cruise ship location, container location, liquid bulk terminals location for MSMES, and others to exchange maritime tourists. Another ongoing project is the growing terminal on the island of Lombok, NTB, which a terminal for forcing ships built to support the Mandalika Special Economic Zone, which is prepared as a leading tourism area on Lombok Island. NTB. The project was built to support the construction of the Mandalika circuit to plan the experimentation of the MotoGP event. Esther on the Gilimas terminal is one of the tourist expansion through the sea road. The progress of the physical construction of the 440-meter long pier, the passenger terminal with a capacity of to 1,500 people, and sporting facilities have been complete 100% to storage. No need to use a lifeboat to reach the main lane, and has been done at the port of ships. Certainly adds to safety and comfort the passengers, explained Managing Director of Perindotika. The next project that is underway is the construction of the Labuan Bajo Labuan Multipurpose Terminal Entity, the first logistic special port in Labuan Bajo area. The terminal is equipped with a number of facilities including two main docks, multipurpose jetties with a capacity of up to 25,000 DYT and 120 meters long bulk liquid dock. The collaboration port between in Ministry of Transportation and Pelindo Tiga was built with container capacity of up to 1,020 foot equivalent units, and for liquid bulk up to 1.5 million tons for a year. Until now, the tender process is underway, and after the questionnaire has been determined, we immediately speed up the construction information and believe it can be completed this year. All investment made by Pelindo Tiga can thus have an impact on the rise of Indonesia maritime tourism in the eye of the world. And we always look optimistic going forward so that when the COVID-19 virus has passed, we can open jobs, infrastructure can work, and the economy will recover. Meanwhile, the role of Pelindo Tiga in maintaining national energy security, especially LNG supply for the province, of East Java is currently also being worked on with PTPGN in the Teluk Lamongan terminal and has reached 90% progress. It is expected that the facility will be operational in June 2020. The operation of the LNG terminal will make industrial productivity in East Java rise again to coincide with the easing of the COVID-19 pandemic.
Next, Rahmat Andika, Operational Manager. X2 on mic.
Oh yeah. COVID-19 pandemic emerges new ecosystem opportunities at the port. The COVID-19 pandemic causes the constant change of the global supply chain show that I reassured the emergency of the problem within the scope of the maritime industry. Some port closing service to shift from virus hit problem countries in 14 days, while the other port provide the ship permit to the port with the condition if the ship crew has a medical history not affected by the virus. Last Jason CEO and partners from Sea Intelligence Consulting realized that there will be more problems emerging in the next weeks along with the poverty spirit that resulted in many sick people. Isolation even lockdown so that part of it broken operation interface while temporarily reduce their works. When viewed closer in the issue that challenge, the problem mostly caused by pursuing constraints in business process, such as information exchange, non-digital media, and personal process that require labor in the field. He explained, this problem cannot be complete in the short term, only contingency management that can solve the current problem. Thank you.
Continues.
Oh. However, in the long run, urging then to speed up the recovery is automation. Added Jensen estimates that after the pandemic subside, there will be sharp increase in use of digital tools for information exchange and a longer use paper. In Asian things, there may occur an increase in absorption in automation equipment, as well as reduction in manual work. One example for automation is agile short distance absorption in automatic equipment as well as reduction manual work. One example this port automation is agile short distance truck in the harbor. Mike Wachowski, CEO of Agile Container Logistics, explained the importance of the shaping entrepreneurship industry between model to invest the complementary handling of automation both inside of the outside the port gate, safety and security of the global supply chain as well as millions of lives depend on the automations. We are confident that we fast adoption of engineering solution is the more important because it can solve an opportunity daily cost because supply chain disruption due to this global outbreak. Obviously, the agile system operation to 24/7 meet remote monitoring crew, collective monitoring and sharing data at our location points. Seat category, condition, travel time, clearance, and more in real time.
Next, Alpha
Finish.
Shobri, ART Manager.
These are environmental factors that are unfavorable in the company. If not addressed, it will become an obstacle for the company concern both present and future. Threats are a major side to the company position. The entry of new competitors slow market growth, increasing of supplier, technological or revision regulation can be a threat to the company's success. The following are examples of threat: chicken noodle bussiness. 1. The number of competition is same scope. 2. Rising food price are causing the price of chicken noodle to rise. 3. The issue of the sauce that is used from protein. 4. The issue of noodles is used using borat. Next, for SME business, the benefit of the company on SWOT analysis are as the determine of the future strategy for the company business continuity. How does company implement its mission strategy to achieve the company goals? Vision. SWOT analysis of the company can be used by stakeholders to determine the condition of internal and external factor of the company. If it can be said that the SWOT analysis is powerful instrument in conducting strategy analysis. The efficacy lies in the ability of the determinants of the company's strategy to maximize the role of the power factor and the utilization of opportunities so that it acts as to minimize the weakness contained in the body of the company and thus the impact treats the right and must be faced.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. Dear colleague, thank you for giving us input, suggestion, and analysis about SWOT in our company. Basically, in this COVID-19 pandemic, we must take extra care for our health and immunity so that we remain healthy and strong in carrying out activity in the scope of work at Pelindo 3, and we can still prioritize service in this pandemic period, of course, with the adjustment of normal life. Thus, the teleconference meeting this morning, I thank all the Director, General Manager Birgita Fitri Manda, Operational Manager Rahmat Andika, HRD Manager of Shobri, who have taken the time to keep the spirit continue the work and innovate. Thank you, or other than good morning.